Hi everyone, and welcome back to the second episode in my palette inspiration series, I think I called it. Today we're going to be doing the second look with this palette that I made myself with my singles. If you have not already seen the first episode, I will link that up in the corner for you. I will have all the names on these shadows listed in the description box, as well as put them up on the screen when we do the second look. So before we get into today's video though, I know I hinted about this yesterday, but there is going to be a giveaway in this video. Just because I feel like it. I have some stuff I want to give away. I haven't reached a milestone or anything that I want to celebrate. I just want to give some stuff back to you guys because first of all, I just canceled BoxyCharm and a lot of these items are from previous BoxyCharms, so I just didn't really end up liking or that I knew I wouldn't get any use out of. So let me just show you the stuff that's in this box. The first thing that I have here is a eyeshadow palette from Looxi Beauty. This is their Protégé palette. How do you say that word? I don't know. But this is obviously not really up my alley. Oops, I will pick that up and put it back in. I'm so sorry. But this is just a little bit too neutral for me. I do have one palette from Looxi Beauty, which I think is amazing. So I'm sure the quality of this is really, really good. I also have another eyeshadow palette, and this is from Tarte, and it is the Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3. All of these are, of course, not even touched. They're all new. So there's also a little plastic thing in this one, and this is what this looks like. So it's a very, very neutral palette with a lot of shimmery shades. So obviously this is just not up my alley at all. So I think it's awesome that I'm able to give this away to someone that might get a little bit more use out of it. And I gotta say, I'm such a sucker for Tarte's packaging. Like, if Tarte came out with anything even remotely interesting, I would probably buy it just because I love the packaging from Tarte. But like, this is just not going to do it. The next palette here is a blush and highlighter palette, and this is by Urban Decay. And this is what the palette looks like. So it's got a blush, a highlighter, and I guess another blush or two highlighters. I'm not really sure, but I feel like these are a little bit too dark for me to be highlighters, but hopefully whoever wins this is going to get some use out of it. I also have two items from my Jeffree Star unboxing that I did a while back, and this is a pop socket that I just don't use pop sockets, and if you don't like it, just give it to someone who might. I also have a lipstick, and this is in the shade Doll Parts, and I absolutely love this shade. It's absolutely beautiful. This is what it looks like. It's just a pink shade, and I think whoever wins this is probably going to be able to wear this shade because it's very versatile. I also have one of the ColourPop black mascaras that they just came out with because I ordered the bundle, and I also happened to get a black one in my mystery bag from ColourPop, so I had two. So one of these are going to one of you guys. And the next thing in here is a Water Beauty Glow Ahead Face Oil. I've said before, I'm not really a huge fan of face oils, and the ones that I've tried just have not worked for me, so I don't want to risk opening this and trying it for me not to like it, so I'm just going to put it into the giveaway. And the last item is something that I actually got in this month's BoxyCharm, and it is by Nude Sticks. And this is a bronze eyeshadow stick or something like that, or copper foil is what it's called. Clearly not up my alley at all, so I want to give away all these items because I know that I will not be getting any use out of them. So the rules for this giveaway is going to be very simple. I'm so sorry, I am going to keep it to only the States again this time, I know, but it's so expensive to ship all these things, so hopefully in the future I will be able to have these open to more people, but for now it's only going to be for the US. All you have to do is leave a comment down where I pinned my comment. I'm going to pin a comment, and you have to reply to my pinned comment with some way for me to contact you, and that's all you have to do. I will draw a winner, so a week from now, so today is the 19th I think, so a week from the 19th I'm going to draw a winner, and then I'm going to contact that winner, and if the winner does not respond in the first 3 days, I'm going to draw a new winner until the person who wins ends up replying. So I think that's how I'm going to do it, and I think we should just get into today's video now and get this out of the way. So if you didn't watch yesterday's episode of this, I was saying that I was having a little bit of troubles with some of these shadows, especially the mattes, especially the ones from Looxi, which is this one, and I think this one is by Looxi as well. Let me just double check that. Yeah, this one is also by Looxi, so I want to try a different eyeshadow primer today. Yesterday I used the Desert Beige, which it worked okay. I'm still just not really a huge fan of that because it does crease on me. So today I want to use my Milani eyeshadow primer. I have used this a little bit in the past and I like it okay, but it dries down a little bit too much for my liking. I prefer my primers to be a little bit more tacky than this. But we're going to see what happens today when I prime my eyes with this, and maybe today is the day where this is going to end up working. And I know you're probably supposed to use this with your fingers, but I don't like to use my fingers on my eyes, and I also feel like I'm not able to get up all the way up under my brow bone and into my inner corner with my primer if I do use my fingers, so I'm gonna use my brush. And the thing I don't like about this is that it doesn't really have a lot of coverage. It reminds me a bit of the Urban Decay one. Not really sure which one, because I've only tried one, but this reminds me of the one that I did try. And if you can hear the neighbor blowing leaves, I'm so sorry, but you're just gonna have to get used to that, because this lady, I swear to God, she does this every single day, and it's not even like windy, and it's not even like there's little leaves on the ground. It's just that I feel like it's her hobby. I feel like it's just something that she does to, I don't know, relax herself or something, but it's very strange. So since I did not use the purple or the orange in yesterday's look, I want to use those today, and I think I have a plan for what I want to do. I think I want to do a purple and a blue smoky eye, so I want this blue, I think, to be in the middle of my eye. Could change my mind. The orange is probably going to be in my inner corner, and then I'm going to do these two as my mattes. And I think I'm actually going to do like one on each side of my eye, so it's not going to be a halo eye where like both sides are the same color, but since they are the same depth, I feel like it's going to work. So I think I want to make sure that the purple is in the outer corner, and I'm going to put the blue in the inner corner. And this might not end up looking good, but we're gonna try it anyway. So I'm gonna pack this into my crease, and also on the first half or so on my eyelid, or I guess more like a third. And I am leaving just a little bit of space right in here so that I have room to go in with my inner corner, which is going to be the orange, like I said. And I don't think I want to connect this in the middle, like above here. I think I just want that blue shade to be all the way up, if that makes any sense. I don't know if I'm making any sense today, but that's going to be the plan. So this is going to look kind of crazy before it looks kind of cool, but just bear with me. And somehow I ended up with blue shadow down here, and I don't know how that happened. And it won't go away.
So that's just great.
Okay, we're just gonna leave that there, and hopefully I'll end up going in with blue on my lower lash line too. So let me do this other eye real quick. And you guys have already given me so many good suggestions on what you want me to take inspiration from next. So I have a lot of Googling to do and looking at photos, and I'm really excited because I like to just kind of get lost on Google Images and look through everything there. It's so exciting. So this is where we're at. Now I'm going to go in with the purple shade, which I'm pretty sure was called Hustler, and is the only name that I remember in this palette, and this is by Looxi, like I said. So let's see how this shadow does on this primer. And I'm going to put that in the outer corner, like I said. And of course I'm also going to bring it up into my crease. And this is such a beautiful color. And so far we're doing pretty good here. I actually might go in with the green shadow in the middle and not the blue, because I feel like it's going to look more like a halo eye if I don't go in with the same shadow that I already have on my lids. So I think that's what I'm going to do. This kind of looks like a flag, doesn't it? Like it could be a flag with like blue and white and purple. I don't know if that exists, but if it doesn't, someone should have a flag with these colors because they look kind of cool together. And I actually could just like leave it like that. Wouldn't that be a fun look to just have like nothing in the middle? That could be something to play with. I kind of like that. And of course going to blend this into my crease, or just blend it upwards toward my brow bone. And this shadow performed really, really, really well. Like way better than that blue or the green that I used yesterday. And I'm so happy that you guys seem to be enjoying the series, because this is something that I've been wanting to do for so long. And I just felt like I did not have enough singles in my collection to be able to accurately make the kind of palettes that I wanted to make, and I would have had to compromise, and I don't like that. So I'm really happy now that my singles collection have grown to a point where I feel like I have enough shadows to kind of make the color stories that I want to make. And I'm still using my E36 brush that I used yesterday too, but I just love this brush. I think it's like the most versatile brush that I have because it can be used for everything. And I really feel like I need to code with Morphe as much as I push them, because I really like their brushes so much. Wouldn't that be so annoying if every time I were to use a brush I'd be like, use code Annette for 10% off? Don't worry, I'll never do that. Well, I'm not gonna say never, because if Morphe did offer me a code, I would probably take it. And while I'm still working on the shadow, I think I am also going to pull this down to my lower lash line. And I'm kind of thinking I want to do the same thing on the bottom. I usually never go in with like a shimmer shade in the middle of my lid on the lower lash line, but I'm kind of thinking I want to do that today. And this lady outside is so loud, it's driving me crazy. I really hope that you guys can't hear this. Okay, so that ended up getting winged out a little bit more than I intended for it to be, but it's okay. I'm having a little bit of patchiness on this side. It's not that bad, but I'm sure you can see a little bit of a bald spot right there. And I'm not really getting the shadow to stick as well as I would like for it to. So I think I'm happy with this, at least as happy as I will be. So I'm next going to go in with the green shadow, and I'm going to put that in the middle of my eye. And this was, I don't know why I keep taking them out because I'm just going to put the names on the screen anyway. But this is Climate Change from Clionadh Cosmetics. And that's not very opaque. Hopefully I'll be able to build this up. And I guess I didn't realize that in yesterday's look because I only really used it in my inner corner and slightly on my lid. But I think it should be fine. I think I'll be able to build this up okay. And just quickly before I go on with this look, so a friend of mine on Instagram that I've been talking to for a while, she's a little bit older and she's kind of been like, I want to start a channel but I don't know if I can or if I have the skills to do so. I'm not sure what people are going to think of me. And basically I talked her into starting a channel because that's what I do. But if you guys could go check her out, I would really appreciate it. Now give her some slack, it's her first video but it's absolutely amazing. She has the most incredible Urban Decay eyeshadow palette collection that I have ever seen in my life. She has said that she's a bit of a hoarder, so she keeps all of her palettes, and you should see the ones that are from like probably before I was born. I don't mean it like that, but she has some very older limited edition Urban Decay palettes, and I was just blown away when I saw her collection. So if you want to see some really unique Urban Decay palettes, go check out her channel. I will link her video and her channel down in the description box, so I would really appreciate it if you could go check her out and support her, because starting your channel from scratch, from zero, is so intimidating and so scary, and it would help so much to just have a little bit of support on the way. So like I said, just go check her out. So I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take a little bit of that blue and just put that in the first third or so of my lower lash line, and then I'm going to go in with this shadow that I have on the lid right in the middle on my lower lash line as well. But I want to do this matte first because I know I need to layer the shimmer on top, and since the shimmer is not that opaque, it's just going to look better if I go in with the shadow first. Again, leaving just a tiny bit of room in my inner corner so that I can go in with some orange in here. And this could end up being like the craziest color combination that I've done in a while, but I'm curious to see how it's going to work. I feel like it's one of those looks that kind of looks a bit like, I don't know how this is going to go while you're doing it, but it's going to come together in the end, I hope. And we're taking a green and just putting this in the middle. I don't usually like having the lightest shade in the middle on my lower lash line, but I feel like sometimes it looks good on other people, but it kind of depends on the color combination, and I've yet to find out like when it does look good and when it doesn't look good, but I think this is going to look okay. I'm not hating this. So let's see what happens when I put this orange in the middle now. Actually, now that I think about it, I kind of wish that I put the orange in the middle and the green in my inner corner, but you know.
Too late.
So I'm going to take this orange, and this is by Sydney Grace, I think, and this could be the first Sydney Grace shadow that I've ever tried. I do have a couple in my collection, but I really only have shimmer shades that I bought myself. I do have a couple of mattes that, don't remember how I got those. I think maybe Prue sent them to me, and then I got one in a box or something. I really don't know, but I have like 3 very neutral Sydney Grace mattes that obviously I just don't care about. So let's put this in the inner corner now. That's nice. And this is not at all a color combination that I would have put together myself if I didn't already have like this little 6-pan palette in front of me. So it kind of feels like a palette bingo, because I obviously don't think of my looks before I pick out my inspiration for the looks that I'm going to do. I definitely pick out the shadows first, and then whatever the shadows end up being is what I have to do a look with. So in a sense, it's sort of a palette bingo, but with 6 shadows, and I don't have to use all of them in each look. So I'm straight away just going to put some white in my waterline because I feel like that's just what this look kind of needs. So I'm going to use my NYX. Why do I even keep looking? Like, I know this is by NYX, and still I just feel like I need to make sure every time because I don't want to tell you that I'm using a different brand than I am. So this is the NYX retractable white liner. So I'm actually gonna just keep playing, and I want to put a little bit of glitter in the middle where my green is, and you're gonna be like, what, you're gonna use this? But I have this glitter by SAI, and it looks very pink, but I swatched it on my arm and it's this one, and as you can see, it doesn't really have any pink in it. It almost looks more just like green and iridescent and yellow, so I think I'm gonna put a little bit of that in the middle of my eye, and this is like magic because this is literally pink. Like, how is this supposed to be green? I just don't understand, but we're gonna try it and hopefully it'll turn green on my lid too. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this on here. It doesn't really show up that well, but maybe if it catches the light and all it does is remove the shadows underneath that, it's just
great.
What if I just put on a lot of it? Let's see what happens. I swear I've had this issue with my pixie glitter too. That is so annoying. Like, now I just have a big patch on top of my eyelid where my shadow was.
That turned out amazing.
So should I just kind of mess up the other eye too now and then go in and fix both? Is that how it's supposed to be? Let's try that. See, it didn't do it on this eye. Oh, actually, maybe it did. I don't know why it does this to me. And I think this is why I'm just so faithful to my steel glitters, because none of them disrupt my shadows underneath. Yeah, like that just does not look very good, and that's exactly what happened to my pixie glitter as well. And I don't really know how everybody loves this glitter so much, but I guess I'm just going to go in with a bit more shadow on top of this. This might end up looking absolutely ridiculous, but that's okay because sometimes you mess up and sometimes you have to fix things. So let's go in with a bit more of that shimmery green shade. Oh yeah, that seemed to fix it, so that was not really that hard, thank God. I guess we'll just have some random glitter on the eyes. I'm not going to go in with more of that glitter because I don't want this to get messed up again. I am, however, going to go in with a bit more of that blue matte because I feel like I lost a bit of it, so I'm going to try to bring this back. Yeah, I feel like that made a pretty big difference. Okay, so I guess we're just going to skip the glitter because that did not work for me, but I do have something else that I want to do, and I want to use my Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in Huntington Beach, and I want to draw a line with this on top of my eye. I don't think I want to do like a big wing or anything, but I just want to do a bit of a thick line on top of my lashes. So I'm just going to take some of this on my eyeliner, and then I'm going to draw a line like I said. And I know I give this disclaimer every time I use a liquid lipstick on my eyes, but please make sure that whatever liquid lipstick you use, if you want to do something like this, make sure that it is actually eye safe. And Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks are the only ones that I know of that are actually said to be eye safe by the brand itself. So I'm not going to recommend that you use any other brands for this. And I also just want to show that just because you're using like a different color eyeliner doesn't mean that you have to do a wing with it every time. I feel like sometimes it's just as impactful if you just do like a thick line on top. The important thing is just to make sure that this dries all the way before you open your eyes so you don't have any transfer. If you don't have hooded eyes, don't worry about this step. Okay, so this is going to be the eye look all done. I actually think this turned out pretty good. And for blush, I want to use one from Juvia's Place, and this is their Serefina blush, I think it's called. I feel like this is pretty neutral, maybe leaning warm, I guess I would say. It's like a peachy shade, but it's super, super pretty. And I feel like a very pink blush could also look really good with this look, but I feel like I want to bring in a little bit more color. These are very pigmented, so I'm sure you can see that. So just be a little bit careful, but I do really like this blush. Sometimes it's easy to go overboard with it, but
oh well.
So this might be a little bit too much, but I'm gonna go over with my powder brush and just blend a little bit extra and try to diffuse this. And I think that helped right away. So for highlight, I'm going to use one that I don't really reach for. I've been trying to do that more lately and kind of look into my drawers and be like, what don't I use? So I'm going to take this Bobbi Brown highlight. This is, I think, from one of their holiday releases or something. I don't know. They might still have this, but it's in the shade Pink Glow. And I don't remember how blinding this is, but let's find out. I think this is pretty nice. Yeah, this is definitely more of like a natural kind of highlight. Not natural, but it's not super blinding, but it's actually, I can't take that back because that's pretty blinding. But I think last time I used this, I didn't use my Sigma brush. This brush just makes every highlight pop so much more because it's so dense. Again, I'm going to take my blush brush and just make sure that I blend these in together, because sometimes I feel like I bring my highlighter a little bit too far down, so I like to go into my blush again after. And I'm definitely very blushed today, but I kind of like it. Now for lips, this is tough. I don't even know what I'm feeling with this look, to be completely honest. I don't want to do a brown, I don't want to do a red, I don't want to do anything like crazy, like blue or green or maybe purple. Not really feeling purple though, I'm kind of feeling like a light pink if anything, or maybe a nude. I'm gonna take a look at my drawers and see what kind of calls my name, and then I will be back hopefully in not too long. I think I want to use my Kat Von D Glimmer Veil in the shade Lolita. I'm gonna try this, I'm not sure how this is going to look on, I did swatch it on my hand. And I think it might work, so let's just try it. I think I like this with this look. I'm not like 100% sure about this, but I think I'm just going to leave this on. I kind of like it. I like the eye look though. I'm a little bit annoyed that I see more glitter on this eye than this eye, and now I'm way too scared to go in with more of this because I don't want to ruin it. So I'm just going to leave it alone, but I like the eye look other than that. So let me know which look was your favorite out of the two videos. I think for me, I want to say, ooh, that's tough. I don't know. I think I'm going to say this one, because I really like the blue liner with this. I think that looks really cool. So thank you again for all the suggestions for next episode. I don't know when that is coming. I don't know which idea I'm going to take inspiration from next time, but if you have any more, leave them down in the comments and I would love to read them and do some more Googling, because I have so much fun doing this. So thank you so much for watching. As always, if you are enjoying this series, give this video a thumbs up. I can't believe I just said that. I don't even know what came over me right now, but anyway, if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.